Hi, I'm Will Leach, author of Marketing to Mindstates, and this is your Mindstate Messenger. Man, there is a lot of competition out there, a lot of conflict out there. And today I want to talk to you about eliminating some of that conflict in your own internal teams. And you can do this by creating a unified competitive team that can actually drive your business to the next level by using the power of the belonging motivation. So we all know, like with so many ways of, so much VUCA environments, right? It's volatile, it's uncertain. Creating these teams internally in your organization can sometimes make or break you. But just like in every team, conflicts arise. So how do you create teams that lower the sense of any kind of internal conflict and focus those on the project at hand? Well, you want to use one of the 9 core human motivations that are written in my book, Marketing to Mindstates. This one is called the belonging motivation. Belonging is technically the desire to feel aligned, accepted, and connected. It's one of the core 9 human motivations that everybody desires. Now, how can you do this? How can you bring a sense of belonging for your group? And when you do have this, how do you avoid conflict? Like, why is there group conflict in the first place, right? Well, you may be thinking to yourself, well, it's because not everybody gets along. That's true. And you can't really do a lot about that. However, you can actually get people to get along when you focus them on something else. And that is an outgroup. So if you want to create strong internal teams that are really like fired up, ready to work together, you must create an outgroup of some kind. And what an outgroup does is it focuses the team on something else outside of themselves, outside of their own internal personal conflicts. So how do you do this? First, what you want to do, if you want to build a team internally and really get them to like work together, to go after something, really get it done, you first must create an external threat of some kind. So usually that means it's a competitor, or it's a new law, or it's new something out there that could hurt your company or your business, or ultimately them, the employees. So you must identify and create an external threat. Sometimes even if that external threat is not really all that big of a deal, to get them to align, to focus on something else outside of their team dynamics. Next, you need to fight. You need to create a need to fight against this threat. Like I said, if you create an external threat, here's a competitor. And the need is this competitor is coming after us. Now you're creating the in-group. And there's a desire now, if you do not fight, this out-group will hurt the in-group, will hurt our internal team. Again, by doing this, not only does it focus somebody on the outside, the external threat, but it creates this team dynamic that it's all of us are going to work together to finalize and beat up, I guess, on this external threat. And then here's what you want to do, a secret trip. And actually, politicians have been doing this forever. It's kind of something that can create policy, in fact. What you want to do is you want to name the good guys, name the bad guys, and name the conflict. We use names to signal kind of how we should frame up our desires and our motivations. Names sometimes have a lot of meaning and create its own motivation to go and take action. So for example, think about World War II. How did we talk about World War II? And this can be on almost any major conflict. In fact, any conflict right now that you see in the world, there are names that are placed on these conflicts. So for instance, in World War II, you had the Allies. Those are the good guys, at least the way we looked at it, right? Secondly, you have the bad guys. We called them the Axis powers. And then what you need to do is you have to name the conflict. That's World War II. Names have a lot of meaning, everybody. And so if you sit back and you create an outgroup and you create an in-group in this competition, this fight and this battle, when you name these things, you name your project team, you name the external threat, and you name the initiative, if you place names around that and it clearly identifies good, bad, and the importance of this mission, you can create an organization, a team that's fired up to fight on this battle. They're going to have a lot of motivation. There's going to be less internal conflict because they are focused on growing your brand or business using these powers of behavioral science, and they're going to work harder for you. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Now hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see the latest videos to show you how to grow your brand or business using behavioral science.